Family Chats. I'm your host, Jeanette, and I'm joined by Shelby.
Hi.
Eve.
Hello.
And Amanda.
Hello.
And tonight we're going to be talking the Station 19 Grey's Anatomy episode 5, the crossover event.
Woohoo.
So it was a sad one, guys. I'm not really excited to talk about it.
It was sad.
Yeah.
I was very sad the next day.
Yeah.
It was a bad Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I guessed who it was going to be, but I don't know. It hasn't hit me yet. I think next episode I'll be like, I'll be missing him, and then it'll feel more real, you know. So.
I thought that's who was gonna go.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. Like, he has Prue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's already a single dad. Like, are they really gonna do that?
I mean, I kind of thought because it would have a big impact on Vic, but I didn't think we were ever going to get him and Vic together. So his storyline, the storyline they had kind of left him with about being in love with her, was just kind of not going to go anywhere. So for that reason, I thought it was probably going to be him. But
I was actually just trying to prepare myself for the one that I personally would have been most sad about.
Which was Ben? Is that what?
No, well, I didn't think it was going to be
Ben.
Ben.
Never thought it was going to be Ben.
So the ones, like, I'm talking about, like, out of the people that I thought it might have been.
Yeah.
I really didn't want it to be him.
Who did you not want it to be?
Dean.
Dean.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be him either, but then when people started throwing around like Jack's name, I was like, well, I don't want it to be Jack either. So Dean it is, you know.
I was like, can it be that captain?
That's what I was hoping.
That sounds so mean.
I know. Although, you know, I didn't like him. I disliked him less this episode than I had previous ones.
Really?
So I don't know. So I saw like maybe we're gonna make a turnaround. I don't know.
I don't know.
I did have a question about, like, when the show started, something that I was a little like, why did we say this? Like, when we open up and we see Vic and Theo like talking, and it's their 1-year anniversary, and she's like, no, like that'll jinx it.
Yeah.
I honestly, for a second there, I thought maybe it's going to be Theo, because here she's worried about jinxing their relationship.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I was like, why is this even like, what was the point of that conversation?
Uh-huh. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, oh, right there, it's Theo. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was like kind of relieved. That sounds so mean to say. Oh my
No,
God.
I know. I mean, I like him actually a lot. But I wouldn't have been upset, because I kind of wanted her and Dean to get together. And I thought maybe that was the only way it was going to happen. And then there was Travis and Emmett, which made me laugh, because poor Emmett was trying to explain how he didn't want the picture of Travis's husband there anymore. And poor Travis he is my favorite character. He's probably my favorite character on both shows. Because I think he's just so funny. And just so, like, even when he was talking later on to who was in there, Maya and Vic, I guess, when they were all working out. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I mean, what he was talking about, she's like, did you even hear what I said before this? And he was like, no. Like, he was just, I don't know, he just had no idea what anybody was talking about. He made me laugh. Like, poor Emmett.
Yeah, and Emmett just walked away. Like, he was all mad, which, you know, he had a right to be, because Travis wasn't paying attention. And then Travis was just like, what? I'm like, oh, honey, you're so pretty.
Exactly. And it's not like even Emmett was even asking anything. Like, I mean, he was just asking him just to move it out of the bedroom. It's not like he was asking him to get rid of it or to not think about Michael. It was just, can we not have this picture here while we're being intimate with each other? Because that's awkward, and I don't blame him, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. So. I'm watching right now. I liked Karina, and I'm blanking on her name right now.
Maya.
Oh my gosh. Their opening scene, it was so sweet.
It was.
I liked it. I always feel like they're fighting every time I turn it on Station 19.
I know.
And so to see like a sweet moment,
yeah,
I was like, oh, I like this one.
I was laughing because Elena wanted to watch this episode with me, and I guess she paid attention to the last episode because when she saw them, she's like, ooh, are they going to have a baby? And I was like, well, I don't know. They don't want to. And she was like, it's the blonde one that doesn't want the baby, right? I'm like, no, she doesn't want the baby. And it was just, it cracked me up because I was like, wow, you were really paying attention to this. But okay. But
we need to get her on these podcasts.
I know she was into it. So she made me watch the whole thing. We watched all of Station 19 a second time. We didn't make it through Grey's Anatomy because it was late, but she was wanting to see what happened.
I loved Maya in the workout room.
Yeah.
Wasn't she? My wife is smoking hot in bed.
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, that out loud.
She's like, I thought I just said that. Yeah.
Can you guys hear that?
Oh, I can now. I didn't notice it before.
I don't hear
That's
anything.
my husband.
Go yell at him.
Oh, I want to hear that.
Love her. I didn't hear it. I know. He's just hanging out. I locked my cat in the other bedroom. Hopefully he'll just lay down so he won't come. Even if he starts scratching, we won't be able to hear him. So he's just stuck in there till we're done.
Jeez. It's worse than children. I go out there, look at him, he goes, oh, sorry. Oh. Okay. Where were we? Oh,
But no.
Maya in the workout room.
Oh,
Yeah.
just Dean saying goodbye to Prue for the very last time.
I know that. I mean, when I rewatched it, I was like, oh God, that's the last time that she'll see him. Like, you don't realize that at first, and then how sad.
That was heartbreaking.
It really was.
This might sound dumb, but y'all know I don't watch Station 19, but I'm kind of invested now because of Prue. She was so cute, and I feel so bad for her.
I'm hoping
She
we'll
is
see
cute.
more of her in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
She is cute. So, I mean, if she's what gets you to watch Station 19, then that's fine.
I'm telling you.
Couldn't get into the episode though. I tried it twice. Like,
Well, but if you don't know the characters, you may not. So it may take you like going back to watch. So what did we think about like the new girl at 23, I guess? I didn't like her at all.
I didn't like
Prue on me.
her at all.
I'm like, why are
Well,
you
by
giving
the end,
Andy?
I loved her.
I guess she's giving Andy attitude for like no reason. I'm like, she's just trying to help you, girl. Like, be nice.
Like,
Yeah,
I can
but-
take a compliment.
I mean, being the new girl in a firehouse.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to make the only other girl in the firehouse like angry. Like, I would want to like make friends with her. That's me though.
She's trying to make sure she's a girl, and she's like, I want to like just fit in with the guys.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want
I
to be friends with
understood both
everybody.
sides.
Do what?
I said you want to be friends with everybody.
This is true. I do. I'm the nice one. Supportive.
You know which one I am.
Always willing to help out.
Not-
if I can.
What?
I said, not the nice one.
I did laugh whenever she was like, "You're married to Fire Zaddy?" And I was like, he is pretty hot. I don't know. I don't like Robert at all, but he looks good. So
See, I'm not very
very
attracted to him.
I mean, I am. I just don't like his personality like at all. So
I think his personality just makes
Yeah.
me not attracted to him.
yeah,
Maybe.
I was for a little bit of time. Like, I liked him and then I didn't like him again. I really go back and forth on him like a lot.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
So
I never realized it until
Mhm.
Station 19. This is like totally not related to this episode, but it is related to Station 19.
it works in.
How short Ben is,
So short. Yeah.
right? During Grey's
Well-
Anatomy, I didn't really realize it.
I don't think, of course, I think I could be wrong, but I mean, Robert's like super tall, and I'm pretty sure Jack is pretty tall. So, I mean, maybe just the other guys are tall.
I mean, they have to be tall.
Maybe he's average height and everyone else is tall.
Plus, when he's with Bailey, who's like my size, he's gonna look tall, even if he's only like 5'8". Because she and I are miniature, you know?
True. I mean, that's probably why that he looks tall in Grey's Anatomy, is because he's always next to Miranda.
Yeah.
Who
is probably
fun
my height.
size.
Yeah. I mean, I bet she's 5'2". That's probably pretty close.
I'm trying to look up how tall he is.
I'm gonna guess like 5'9". Let's see if I'm right for him.
5'7".
Jason George, right?
Yes.
I feel like Tiffany needs to be on all of our podcasts just so that she can look stuff up.
Agreed.
Ailey's 5 foot on the dot.
Oh wow, so she's smaller than I am.
All right, what were your guesses?
I said 5'8" or 5'9".
I said 5'7".
Shelby?
5'6".
He is 5'9.5".
Oh man.
I know my men's height, man. I know.
Which it's kind of short for a guy.
Yeah, way too short for me. Not into it.
I don't know. I guess because he was always next to Bailey. That's why I always thought he was taller.
That's the same height as Matt Zerkry and Milo Ventimiglia, though. They're short.
All right. So the whole thing of the episode is there's an explosion, right? Yeah. I can't remember though. Did they know it was just a gas?
I don't think they knew at first. They just heard it happen because they thought at first it was either an earthquake or then, Jack said, or a bomb. But it just turns out, what they hit a gas line is what happened. So,
okay.
Yeah, by the time we got to days, I think they had determined that it was a construction worker who hit a gas line.
Okay.
Now, I will say that if that new captain had listened to Robert when he first told him they needed to shut that off, maybe Dean would not be dead because all of that gas would have not been pooling up inside of that house.
Yeah.
So I just thought of that.
They just pulled up to it.
I hope he gets fired.
I mean, I know he eventually did it, but he probably should have done that first.
You would think so.
It's a pride thing. It's like he never wants to do what someone else advises him to.
Yeah.
Like it always has to be his idea.
Yeah, exactly. Which is really
on Chicago Fire, the gas line's the first thing they always check.
Yeah, I mean, they needed to shut it down. And I know he was waiting on whoever he was waiting on to come and do it. And I get that part, but obviously you heard that there was like traffic and they couldn't get there right away. So at that point, you should try something else.
Yeah. I'd be like, no, we need to shut this off and then we can assess.
Yeah. How are you going to fight a fire if the gas is just continuing to leak? It was never going to go out like that. Like,
dummy.
Yeah.
Not very happy with him right now. Nor have I ever been, but this was such a hard episode to watch.
I know.
It's because I just kept every time something would happen, I'd be like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
And then nope. And then something else would happen. You're like, oh, yep, there it is. And then, nope.
Were you all nervous I wasn't nervous when we saw Vic get electrocuted.
I was. Well,
were you?
I wasn't, and like the instant it happened.
Yeah.
I was like, no, she's fine. And then, when they just like kept going and like he was doing CPR, she wasn't coming back. I was like, excuse me.
I loved how fast like he went to her rescue. Like as soon as he saw, I mean, he was
up there so fast.
Yeah.
It's kind of a throwback to Lexi and Mark too, because when like Mark basically professed his love to Lexi and then they both died, and like they kind of made it seem like that's what was going to happen once again with Station 19.
Yeah. Exactly. Which was huge.
I mean,
I want to know why. Did he want off the show? Did Were they just bored? Like, I want to know the reasoning of why we lost Dean.
I know. Do we just sit around and be like, yeah, you know what? It's been a couple weeks since we've killed someone. So what can we do?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, hey, yeah, I think we were just talking a couple episodes ago about like, oh man, I don't think they're going to kill anybody really this season.
Yeah. We don't have to kill off a main character like every other season. Like, that's too many. We don't have to do that.
We're running out of people we like.
We are running. I think I said this, like, this is why Station 19, which if they start doing it now too, but like, I don't have anyone on Grey's Anatomy that's like my person that I like really, really love. Like, I don't have one anymore. On Station 19,
Owen might be my closest.
You know what? I mean, forgive me for saying this. I think Teddy is my favorite on.
I'm starting to really like Teddy this season. Yeah. I'm really liking her too. I'm liking Teddy and Owen.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Owen though? This episode, he was so good with the PTSD like whole thing.
Yeah.
Like Kevin the Kid with his acting with that was like superb.
So
it was. I mean, really, bravo.
Yeah.
He did amazing. And I love that. I mean, they never let that go from when he started in Grey's up until now. They still bring back his PTSD, and it's like real life, it just doesn't go away.
Exactly.
And I love that they just keep that going through. I don't even know how many years he's been on the show.
A lot.
But I love that they keep that up, and they don't just make it disappear because it's not real.
Yeah.
The one thing that I didn't understand though, and maybe you guys can explain it, for this episode, I thought that he was getting the PTSD because of the explosion and like all of the like people coming in and stuff.
Yeah.
But he said that the PTSD was from helping those vets.
Well, I think what he meant is like helping those vets kind of had it brought to the like forefront of like what he was thinking, and then hearing that explosion, I think all of it combined is just what happened. But I do think it was the explosion that set him off.
Yeah.
Okay, because when he said that, I didn't understand what he meant, because like I understand how like their stories might have been triggering, but I didn't really understand how it brought it up to the surface to make him like have the delusions and things like that he was having.
Yeah, I think it was just because it had been on his mind so heavily.
Gotcha.
The combination of the two was probably what got him.
Yeah. So we should probably finish talking about Station 19, huh? We jumped all around there, didn't we?
We did. That's okay. I'm at the part now where Vic's already off the ladder. They're working harder on their ground.
There's not much else like other than
Well, do we want to talk about Vic? Because I think she was on some heavy duty drugs or something. She was hilarious. I loved it.
We needed that humor.
And she just would not stop talking. I was like, take a breath.
Yeah. It was so funny when she basically got, what did she say to Travis? Travis said something with Emmett there, and she was like, that's a funny way to say I love you.
I know.
I mean, the look on Travis's, they are my favorite friendship. I mean, probably of the franchise. Like, I love them together because, I mean, it seems so real. That look he gave her was like, shut up, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love them together. That's a really fun friendship to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. But then, of course, when Dean comes over there, and I hated that I know she said I love you, and then she said brother, which kind of drove me nuts. Mm-hmm. But I was so happy that he said I love you back to her. And she obviously didn't realize at the moment that he meant like I really love you. But I think she did later. But I was glad he said
Jack still knows. Jack still knows. I mean, Dean confided in him, right? So yeah. I have a feeling that that's going to come out eventually. He's break down and he's going to tell her.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I don't think I would want him to. Like, why break? That's going to hurt her.
I think she knows.
I think she knows.
I don't want him to. Yeah, I don't want him to, but I feel like it's going to happen.
Well, Jack kind of does that kind of stuff, so it's real possible that he will. So
I hope he doesn't. She knows. That's gonna be so hard for her. His death.
Did he die on Station 19? Because I know, like, on Gray's, in the ambulance, it was no lights and stuff, and Bailey's like, whoever's in that ambulance is dead, but I didn't know if he actually died on Station 19 or if it was, like, on the way there.
He died instantly. I mean, like,
the very end of 19. Because
Okay.
I mean, but they didn't even tell us he died until Gray's.
Yeah.
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Ben was working on him, and then he just kind of stopped, and then that was the end. And it wasn't until Gray's that it was confirmed.
Yeah.
And that scene was just, oh my gosh. I mean, poor Ben, just the way he was like working so hard to revive him. I was actually surprised that Jack was holding it together as well as he did. I think we'll probably see Jack in a really bad spot on this next episode. I would hope, I mean, because that's his best friend. So I would think that that'll hit him really hard.
Yeah. I think everybody's going to have a really tough time with this. And I love that Karina came to the scene to help with the pregnant lady.
In her workout gear, which I thought was so funny. She just strolls right on up.
And she ran there.
Yeah. I love her so much.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm glad she stayed.
Me too. I just wish her brother stayed as well, but it's beside the point.
Somebody's still salty.
I'll never let that go. I'm just saying.
That was so unexpected. Yeah, that's the word. Unexpected. Like, I really did not, like, I would have never guessed that your dude was gonna die.
No.
No one did.
I feel like that's why it hurts so bad. It's because
there was no like preview saying like someone won't survive, and we could like anticipate like who it was going to be. No,
prepare ourselves.
None of that.
Just like maybe the ship is going down, and they were like, "Oh, we have to tell them someone's going to die, so people tune so they can figure out who it is."
And that's gonna riot if we don't warn her.
And we have to make you think it's someone so beloved that when someone else that we also love dies, it won't hurt as bad.
It's true. Really is true.
I just feel bad for the crew.
Yeah.
That poor baby.
It was very awful.
Poor little. She's just so darn cute. That's the only reason. That's really the only reason I need Bailey, and I need her to say Bailey and Ben so we can look at her. She's just so cute. I want to see her every week.
I know.
Her on Thursdays, and then Gigi on Tuesdays.
Yes.
I thought it was actually going to be what's his name? Holy crap.
The other captain.
Yes. Yeah. I can't think of his name right now at all.
I can't remember.
With an A, I think.
Aquino.
Yeah.
Aquino.
I thought it was going to be him, and I was like, okay, well, that's not like horrible.
Yeah.
Because he reached the rebar.
I was worried about him. Of course, with that bar, I don't know. I was like, oh, maybe it is. Is it awful that I was like, oh, maybe it is him?
I was too. And then you see Dean.
Yeah, the whole time I was like, where's Dean? Because he just warned them about this, and then I don't know. I knew it.
Who found him? I can't see.
Part of 19, I felt, was when they were all in the engine on the way back. Andy and the new girl, and who else was in there? I can't remember who else was there.
I just remember them too.
But anyway, she was talking about how he has to be fine because another little girl can't lose her father in a fire. I was like, that's where I cried. Yeah. And I texted my sister. I was like, oh my gosh, isn't this so sad? Because between the two of us, like, she's the crybaby. Like, I'm not an emotional person. And she was like, really? You cried? That's weird because I didn't. So, I mean, that was a new one. Yep, I cried.
And I'm not like, I don't cry. That stuff like this.
That's my big weakness, though, is children in any kind of pain.
Same.
So a little girl losing her mother, it's like that's a trigger.
Yeah. No, I agree. Do we need to wait on Shelby, I guess?
No, I think we keep going.
Okay.
She'll jump back in. She's going to the bathroom. All right. So, I mean, really, we don't have that much more to talk about Station 19 because that's pretty much the episode.
Yeah, I think Station 19, that's basically it. And there's really, I mean, so then we move on to Gray's.
Gray's sad because, we were coming off of 19 where Dean had just died.
Yep.
But other than, Gray's wasn't as stressful as Station 19 was. Because I was telling Jeanette, I was like, I took out all of my snacks so that I can stress eat during this episode. During Station 19, I was so stressed out that I couldn't eat.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It was Grace was a lot more relaxed and better.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Even though I was kind of mad at Bailey for not immediately jumping and taking Prue. I ended up understanding.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand, but my initial reaction.
That was mine too. I was like, Bailey, come on. And then when she gave her reason for it, I was like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I need to see Bailey raising a little girl. I think we all have.
I think it'll be great.
Those grandparents just go away and let Bailey and Ben have their little girl.
Yeah, no, they haven't really wanted, they didn't want anything to do with her in the beginning. So
they didn't. I think they were a part of her life, more begrudgingly. They didn't really want to be a part of her life, but they were like, she's here, so why not? So it is kind of frustrating that now they're like, we're leaving with our granddaughter.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because all the folks at, Station 19 have spent more time with her than her own grandparents have. Mm-hmm. So she's better off staying in Seattle.
I would have been more okay with JJ's parents wanting her because at least they wanted her from the moment they found out about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when they came into the picture, I think after she had left. Mm-hmm. She took off. So I was like, I really like these people. But then we never really saw them again after that.
Well, I guess they just live out of the country or whatever, so they just went back. But I liked them,
Yeah, I guess. I think at the end, Bailey and Ben will have her.
Yeah, I think it'll happen. I'm hoping.
Go ahead.
No, I hope that Dean put it in writing. I hope he put it maybe with his sister and she's got the will or whatever, and it'll come out that it's already in writing, and so it'll all be fine. Because if he didn't put it in writing, the grandparents have a really good shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, as the next of kin, it would be hard to really fight that if there's nothing in writing.
Yeah,
exactly. And who's to say that they don't deserve to have her?
Right.
Lost
their son.
Right. And they're not bad people. It's not but they're just been in.
They're cold. They're kind of cold, but they're not terrible people.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're obviously rich. So they have plenty of money to provide, but so do Ben and Bailey, because she's chief of surgery, so.
Yeah, I think they do fine.
Yeah, they're good.
They'll probably have grandparents' rights or visitation or something if Ben and Bailey do get her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will get visitation.
Probably, but I don't feel like they visit her much when she lived with their son. So my guess is they won't really be around much.
That's what makes me mad about them thinking they deserve her.
Yeah, not at all.
Man.
Just because legally it's what's done, but it's that doesn't mean anything.
And maybe it's just, Yeah, and maybe it's just more of a grief thing at the moment, just because they've lost Dean and they're trying to hang on to something. So I think they'll decide to let Ben and Bailey have her in the end. That's what I think will happen.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping they do the right thing.
Yeah.
And I think they will. So how do we feel about how they're playing off Maggie's absence still?
I mean, it works.
Any word when she's coming back?
I haven't heard anything.
I think she's
it's
pregnant.
smart.
Huh?
I said, I think it's smart.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like with her being pregnant and stuff with COVID on the rise again, she probably doesn't want to be on set too much.
Right.
And maybe they don't want to work that into the story yet. But then when she gets back, she could be like, oh, her and Winston can have, back together.
Yeah.
And then they'll go on Christmas break. And then when she comes back, she finds out she's pregnant, or like 3 months have passed and she's however many months pregnant or whatever. And like they can make it up to current so that her baby bump like actually like displays or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I think she's just going to be out until after she has the baby.
I think so too.
She hasn't had the baby yet?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. I thought she was on. I thought she was on maternity and that's why she was gone.
I think she's on maternity, but I think she hasn't had the baby yet. I think she's on like me. Who knows? She's 40 years old. We got to think about that. And let's talk real life. That's, she might not be able to do.
Yeah, she may have to take it easy,
Yeah.
So
who knows what her circumstances are. So, yeah. Woo. Sorry.
Well, age and COVID combined, I mean, she's pretty high risk. So,
exactly.
Yeah, because I was going to say, Grace is dictated in a world that COVID doesn't exist anymore, or that it's not bad anymore. So she's really worried about it, and they're not wearing masks. And I mean, I'm sure that they're still doing like the necessary testing or whatever, but if she's really worried about it, maybe she's just not comfortable with being there.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows? But she's taking care of her baby and whatever she needs to do. But I like how they're not just getting rid of her, that they're, we have this story that she's with her father. They didn't just be like, okay, well, she took a job in Boston. Bye.
Right.
I do like that we're getting to see more of Winston without Maggie, though, because I don't know, maybe that's why I didn't trust him. I don't know. But now that we're seeing more of him, like without him being attached to Maggie, I'm like, oh, I really like him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never disliked him. I just didn't trust. I feel like he was just kind of thrown at us. They were like, here's a new character. Bam.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know this guy.
Yeah. Grey's fans don't really trust very easily. So we're like, who's this new person?
Right.
What kind of what kind of motive does he have?
That's what I thought. I was confused. But Winston and Richard, I thought was so cute in that last scene where he asked him like to go out and have like a burger with him. And I was like, oh, look at them bonding. That's sweet.
I'm literally paused right now on Richard and Winston at the very beginning in the elevator. And it's paused right now and says, so you can call me Richard.
Right. It's funny.
I like their little.
I thought it was so funny though, because if I remember right, Winston was kind of like sexting Maggie, and then like Richard's just like talking to him.
Yeah.
Like, do you realize like how awkward that would have to be?
So awkward. Yeah. It's your
Extremely
wife's father. Yeah.
Perez.
But I'm fully on board, I think, with Megan and Hayes now. Are you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. I like it. I'm on board.
The vibes get stronger every episode.
I just loved him this episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the character I was hoping you would turn out to be. You weren't like, but you were so boring before. And now like
we're getting something
a little bit. Yeah.
And Owen and Teddy like coming to Megan's side of me, like, we're family, you don't have to do this alone.
Yep.
I cried.
Yeah. It was sweet.
This is why I'm starting to like Teddy a whole lot more, is because she's getting to be way more likable.
I think she's always been that person. We were just like jaded by the other things that were going on around her. Because in my rewatch, I'm seeing like she's always been this good person.
Well, yeah, I like
the exception of the one moment. I
just got mad at her during the whole
Karasik thing.
Yeah. Just that voicemail was really hard to forgive.
I agree. Speaking of Karasik, I was so excited to see him. Like,
me too.
So funny.
I forgot until that moment that he was supposed to be in that episode. Mm-hmm. So I was really excited to see him. Yeah. I was really surprised at first, like pleasantly surprised. And then I remembered that we were expecting that. But
yeah, because I remember, because they said they were going to get somebody from, did they say Amelia's past or something was going to pop up? And I was like, well, it's going to be Karasik. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I just knew it was going to be, so.
Yeah. Well, they had confirmed it.
Okay.
I read somewhere that he was going to be in it. But when Sandy Cohen, man, he does not like.
I know, what is his name? It's not Sandy Cohen.
I know. I don't know.
That's all I'm thinking of.
They mentioned his name, and I said I need to remember that so we can stop calling him Dr. Sandy Cohen. And now I don't remember what it was.
I think we're just gonna call him Dr. Cohen. We're just gonna go with it. Don't you think? Dr. Sandy.
I have to look it up now.
You guys, I'm kind of shipping Joe and Link.
I told y'all it was gonna happen.
But I was really against it. And now I feel like
if someone, Link is too good of a man to not have someone treat him well. And if Amelia isn't going to do it, then Joe can do it. And I'm okay with that.
Well,
she's moving on to
catching feelings with
what is their name? Kai? Is that
Kai?
Yeah.
Kai Bradley?
Bradley, I think.
Bradley? It's something like that. It starts with a B. I know their first name's Kai.
Yeah. They've got good chemistry with Amelia, so I'm okay with it, but
I don't like them.
I don't like them together. I guess I just don't see it. Maybe I'm still stuck on her and Link. I think know.
That's what it is. Because the chemistry is there, but I mean, I'm just still upset about the whole Link situation. So I'm trying to not, I don't know.
No, I mean, not the relationship. I don't like Kai.
Oh, really?
Whatever. Yeah, no. I get a weird vibe.
Oh, I don't. I think I'm cool with them.
I think they're very like kind of like Christina was, like just very focused into their work and like she said, like I am married to the slap.
Yeah.
And Amelia's very about herself, so I don't think that would work.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think Amelia will ever work with anyone. And I love Amelia, but I just don't see it.
I love Amelia too, but she's a little bit of a train wreck.
Yes.
She is, absolutely. I feel like if anything happens with her and Kai, it's not gonna be like a relationship. It's gonna be like an on-call room type of deal.
Hookup, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, like a hookup.
Yeah.
Which Amanda would be okay with because she misses the on-call room stuff.
I mean, I'd be okay with it too. I don't care.
If it was now Amelia and Link.
See, I think Link deserves better now. And I love Amelia, so that's not me dissing Amelia, but I think he deserves more.
He does deserve
he wants more, so he should be in a relationship where he can get what it is he wants.
Yep.
Full disclosure, Amelia was my favorite one that was left, and then after she did like dirty, I'm like, nope.
Same. But I don't dislike her, but I think
Shelby hates everybody.
I know, I don't even know why I'm watching anymore at this point.
I mean, I sort of agree with you. I know it's awful.
Shelby, you say this every week that you don't like anyone anymore and you might stop watching.
We're never going to stop watching.
I'm too invested. I said that I was going to stop watching when Alex left, And then I said I was going to stop watching when DeLuca died. And I said for sure that I was stopping watching when DeLuca died. I said, I'm not even joking this time, guys. I'm actually stopping. And here we are.
And the next week, you turned it on.
I think if they had killed Travis on Station 19, might have been the only thing that would actually make me turn this off at this point.
I don't think so.
They need to wrap Travis in bubble wrap because nothing bad can ever happen to that.
He's the only person that I truly, truly love still. So
as far as Greys go, to me in my head, I haven't watched it since the beginning, obviously, but I've spent so much time invested in this. I just want to see how it ends. And I just wish that there was a way to predict what it was, because I would probably just be happy with that and then I could just be done. But they're not even giving us anything.
Mm-mm.
No, I couldn't. I would have to finish it out. If they said we're gonna sign on for 5 more years, I'd be like, okay. I don't do it. I would be fine with it. Sadly, but also if they came back this year and said this is the last year, I'd be like, okay, I understand that as well. I kind of feel like I could go either way. Now, at the end of season 17, my tune was way different. I was like, no, this has to be the last season. Stop, because last season was just my least favorite season ever. And
last season to me was complete trash, and this season is getting there. I miss Jackson. I miss Alex. Even you guys talking about in the chat, the older seasons, I miss that. The whole vibe was completely different. Having Addison there kind of brought all that back. And now that she's not there anymore, I really miss Addison again. This sounds really, really dumb because y'all know how excited I was for Addison to come back. But now that she's not here anymore, I'm I wish that they wouldn't have brought her back, because now I just miss her again.
Yeah.
No, I'm still enjoying it. I'm enjoying it this season.
It's more Grey.
It is.
It's more Greys this season than it's been in a very long time, I feel like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless it was just last season that was trash, because last year felt like 5 years. It was a long year, but
no, I don't think I was thoroughly impressed with 16 or 17. I feel like.
Well, 16 was cut a bit short.
Yeah. And I think that's why I didn't like it. And it did not feel full and whole. And then 17 was just a throwaway season. They shouldn't even put that on Hulu. Just skip over it. It never happened.
Right?
I don't know anything in that.
I might skip it in my rewatch.
Oh, I will. I will not watch that season again.
I missed Levi this episode. He has been a rock star, and I really missed him, not being in this episode.
He was in it.
He was in it.
Was he?
Yeah. He was Vic's doctor.
Yeah. I'm watching it right now.
Oh yeah, he was. I think I missed I didn't rewatch it to do the podcast, so I think it just
I love Vic on Grey's. When they first showed her on Grey's, I think Levi and that other intern were arguing over something. She's like, I know how to do this, and Vic's just sitting there. She's like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
She's so high on that morphine.
I'm like, oh, friend, you are so high right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And then they tell her right then when I don't feel like she was completely fully stable. They should have waited to tell her.
Yeah, and Travis didn't want to wait. I was like, well, maybe you might want to.
Well, I think it was more of he was afraid somehow if she'd heard it from anywhere else.
Yeah, he didn't want her to overhear someone else talking about it.
Yeah.
Or heaven forbid if she saw the body on the gurney go past, or
yeah.
And he wanted it to be from him too. I mean, he had to be the one to tell her.
Yeah.
It cracked me up though in the opening scene when Bailey was all worried about Ben, and Vic was like, no, he's the one that was nice enough to give me morphine.
Oh, yeah.
Those weren't the exact words, but like I just remember, like I cracked up laughing.
Bless her doped up little heart.
I felt so bad for her. Like it brought back all those like Ripley vibes, which for me it was the saddest like Station 19 death. So not including DeLuca because that happened on Grace. So, but it was sad.
Nope, it was Ryan for me.
I mean, Ryan was sad too, but Ripley's the one that did me in. But these are all so fresh for me because I've just watched all of these things in like the last 2 years. So,
was Vic Prue's babysitter?
She lived with Dean for a while, and so when Prue was a little bitty baby, so
like she was used to Vic being around.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why didn't Vic take her over?
Well, the only reason Vic moved out is because Dean realized that he was in love with her and he just couldn't have her there anymore. And probably just because she's just one person. And so I think he felt like Ben and Miranda would give her a family. Because he made that decision. It was in an episode where Ben
it was the Lost at Sea episode.
Yeah, like someone had went overboard on this boat and they jumped in to save them and they like were lost out there for like a long time, like they both almost died. And so during that talk is when Dean decided that he needed to make a plan for Prue if something happened.
Gotcha. And I guess Ben and Bailey have the other kids and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I think Dean just really admired how Ben was as a father. I think he looked up to him as a father. So that's probably why he asked him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Dean and Miranda were kind of close. Like they had spent a lot of time like together. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she's always spending time at the station, or she was. I mean,
they didn't do it last year, but the other season she was there a lot.
Yeah, I don't think they're probably not having her at the station just because COVID is still rampant in real life. So they're probably just trying to keep her off of that set. But in the past, she was always at the station. Like she was in almost every episode of Station 19 in some way.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of something we didn't mention on Station 19, I just want to know what your all's thoughts are. What do you think is going to happen with that? What did Jack call her? The badge bunny or whatever that keeps dropping by to like talk to Ben?
What needs to happen is Miranda needs to punch her in the face.
Exactly. And poor Ben is just too nice of a guy to even tell her to get out of there.
Yeah.
But
he's oblivious. Now, I mean, this was the only episode I've seen with her, so I could be wrong, but he doesn't seem like because like I said, this was the only episode I've seen with her, and I got vibes. Like it seemed like she is like into Ben.
Mm-hmm. She is.
But I don't think he realizes it, or he's in denial.
Yeah, I think he's just too nice to to do anything. And poor Jack's like, this is gonna be trouble. Like, I don't think you understand. But I don't know. I just wonder why that storyline is in there and what's gonna happen, because it's going to have to mean something. I mean, I don't know if Miranda's going to get wind of it and think the wrong thing, and then it's going to cause a big issue.
To me, it maybe cause an issue with the adoption of Prue.
Maybe. Oh God, I hope not.
Oh no, we can't let anything get in the way of Prue's adoption.
Oh, they're not going to make it easy on us. It's not going to be like an easy thing.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be like half of the season, if not all the season. They're fighting for custody.
Oh, man.
Just pull your britches on, ladies. So, okay. So, Dr. Hamilton. Thank you, Eve. Dr. Hamilton, which is Dr. Sandy Cohen.
Thank you, IMDb.
He doesn't like Karasik at all. Because he slept with his daughter.
He had consensual sex with another adult.
That's what I'm laughing at.
It was an adult.
Was she underage? No. Did he abuse his power? No. Was she coerced in any way into sleeping with him? She's like, so.
Yeah.
I love Meredith. Like I love younger Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting to really appreciate older Meredith.
Yeah.
Like it's a completely different person from where she started to where she is now. She's just so grown up.
Yeah.
And adultish.
I agree.
And she's gained a lot of confidence too.
Yes. She has. She's very confident. The way she even like walks and acts is just like high.
But not like cocky, arrogant confidence. She's actually like, she's confident in her work. She knows that she does a good job, but she's not like thrown in your face.
Yeah.
I'm the best
Perfect.
there is. Right.
Perfect. You guys all know I love Meredith. Oh, when Megan goes into that ER, just sits down and holds his
it's like, what are you doing? But I get it.
Yeah.
I mean,
gosh, when she sat down and she held his hand, she was like, okay, keep going. I was like, this is such a bad idea. Nothing good will come of this.
I know.
This was so sweet though, like how he stayed with her and whistled the cartoon song.
Yes.
And then she was like, what cartoon is that? And he was like, oh, you guys didn't have this here?
He's big in Ireland. Yeah. No.
Yeah. That was
I love his accent. Like, I don't find him attractive in any way, but I love his accent.
You don't?
No, he's like my dad's age and bald,
He's
just like
not,
my father.
Shelby, he's my age. He's my age. He's my age. Look him up. Richard Flood. He's my age. I'm not your dad's
which
age.
apparently is Shelby's dad's age.
And he's bald, like my father.
Well, and I like a bald head, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I like hair. I gotta stroke it.
You can rub the bald head. It's like nice.
He's
For
not
good luck,
ball.
What'd you say, babe?
He's not the most attractive person to me on this show, but
he is now.
He's like unattractive.
No, he's not unattractive at all.
I don't know. I'm very attracted to Owen, and I don't know why.
I'm still attracted to Owen too.
I
The 6
am.
inches wouldn't do it for me.
What'd you say?
Also, Link, man, I was not attracted to Link at first. Really, I wasn't.
I'm not.
Oh, I am.
Lately,
I run my fingers through his hair.
lately, it's something different.
Didn't do it for me. I mean, I think he's an attractive man. It's like a Tyler Hoechlin kind of situation. I can appreciate it. I'm just not into it.
Let's talk about Joe saying to Link about taking care of Luna when she dies or if she dies.
Yeah. That was sweet.
That was very sweet. And he's like pretty much like, why is that even a question? Like,
he said, I got her.
Of course I would take her.
Yeah.
They've been friends since like high school, right?
If not high school, then
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely since she was with her abusive ex-husband.
So maybe high school or college?
Yeah. I don't feel like it was high school. I think it might have
I feel like it was college, maybe.
I think so.
She's looking good. So I've really never been a huge Joe fan.
Yeah.
But my rewatch that I've been doing, I'm liking Joe a lot more. I was watching Nick's face. So what do we think about Meredith and Nick?
I love it.
Now? I'm liking the vibe.
I like him a lot.
I like it. He looks so professional in his little big office.
It's better than because I mean with her and Hayes, I wasn't on board because I didn't feel any chemistry. But I definitely do with her and Nick, and I feel tons of chemistry with him and Megan. So I think this is the better way to go.
I agree. I like her with Nick.
Yeah.
He lets her be her.
Yeah.
Which is something she has to have.
Yeah.
Like no guy can give her any direction.
No.
I feel like we learned this from Derek.
Right.
if she could, I mean, she wouldn't let Derek get away with it. That means she's not going to let anybody get away with it.
See, I don't like him, but I don't know if it's because I just watched You and I feel like he should be Joe's neighbor and he shouldn't be in Grey's, or if I really don't like him as Nick.
I like him.
It's really, like, I don't know why, but like it's really messing with my head that he's in this after I just watched You.
You know, for me, I feel like I still don't remember. He's still not ringing a bell. I still don't remember him ever being on the show previously.
Really?
So
I don't remember him either.
Yeah, so to me, he's a new person.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't like him yet because I don't know anything about him.
You don't trust him.
That could be my problem too.
I don't trust him. We can add him to the list of people that I don't trust.
It has to be.
I trust Winston now. I just need more time with Nick.
Yeah.
Maybe give it to the end of the season and I'll like him again.
I vividly remember him from on the show before. And maybe it's because it's Scott Speedman and Ben from Felicity. Like, I mean, I vividly remember him from being on the show.
Yeah. And maybe that's my problem too. I really don't remember him from before. But like I said, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around the fact that he's in Grey's Anatomy and the new season of You. It's like, I don't know.
All right. So before we actually end, we do need to talk about Meredith's time in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not liking, I lost it, Dr. Cohen.
Dr. Hamilton Cohen.
Dr. Hamilton, thank you.
Not really into that.
His bad side's coming out now, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starting to, I liked him at first, or I didn't mind him at least. And now I'm starting to not feel so great about his character, which stinks because I love Peter Gallagher.
I know. I loved him and I was really excited for him to be on Grey's. And now I'm like, I don't know if I trust you completely. Like all this bad stuff starting to come out about you. And
yeah, add him to the list of people we don't trust.
Yeah.
He seems a little controlling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He seems like he wants a fix for himself, and that's all he's really concerned about.
Yeah.
Is how it's starting to seem.
Yeah, so it's making me wonder, it's like, why did he bring Meredith on if he still wants to run the show then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And see, like, he told her that she had like all the power to do whatever, and like now he's kind of pulling back on that. And I feel like he was just kind of manipulating her and telling her what she wanted to hear to get her on board. And now he's like going back on what he's saying.
Well, and then he was also pulling that crap about how, investors are going to pull out if they find out that Karasik is involved. And Meredith was like, no, they won't.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed like a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah. That was an overreaction. I'm like, he's allowed to, I mean, he's not a lot of people's favorite person, but, he is really good at what he does, so.
Yeah.
And in this situation, he didn't, in my opinion, do anything wrong. I mean, I get being a protective dad or whatever, but she was overage. It was consensual.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Even if he was like sugar daddy age or whatever, like it doesn't really matter if it was consensual and she was of age.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I understand you can get mad about it. That's just going to be human reaction.
Mm-hmm.
But when it becomes business, then sometimes you just gotta, I mean, it's not like he's going to come on full time. He's there for like a couple of days.
Yeah.
It's not like a permanent thing. So I think he way overreacted.
Oh, definitely.
And Karasik's smart in his own right. Like what he's good at, he is amazing at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's a very good doctor. And I think it was really smart for, I don't know who brought him on, Meredith or Amelia.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's the last thing we really need to talk about. I mean, the main 2 episodes was dealing with Dean's death and
mm-hmm.
hopefully Bailey and Ben get Prue.
Hopefully. They better.
I want to see more Luna.
Yes. Luna and Scout.
And Scout. But I'm assuming no babies on set right now.
Probably not.
It's
Does
fine.
Link have full custody of Scout? Because he always has him.
I don't think so. I think they share.
Well, a lot of the times too, we've been seeing Meredith and Amelia in
Minnesota.
wherever in Minnesota. So I mean, chances are whenever we see him, he just happens to be with Link. But
yeah. I'm sure she has them whenever she's here, and then whenever she's gone, Link has them.
And who has Meredith's kids?
That's what I was going to ask. Who has those kids if Maggie's gone and Amelia's gone?
Oh.
And Winston's always at the hospital when Meredith is there. Who has those kids?
Oh, I never thought about that. I really need to know.
Who does have them? Let me think.
Zola. Maybe Zola. She's just running things in the
That's it. It's just Zola.
She made Meredith wake up from the coma, so she's just running things now.
Like you woke me up from the coma, you can run this house. I think you're good.
Honestly, Meredith probably has a nanny.
Probably.
I mean, the woman has money now.
The logical choice would be Link, since he lived with them and kind of raised them there for a little bit, but we don't see that.
Or even Richard, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Richard would. He's in his own life. I'm sure she has a nanny, and then maybe
probably,
one of them. I don't know. Maybe Winston sleeps there at night or something.
Yeah, maybe.
And then maybe he takes him to school and whatever, and the nanny picks him up, and then, who knows?
Interesting. I thought about that right when Shelby asked it. I was going to say the same thing. I was like, where are Meredith's kids?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think they might be on the next episode though, because Zola, the girl that played Zola posted something on Instagram this week.
Good.
I like her. I like all the kids. Last time we didn't get to see Ellis. I'm assuming I don't know, but
I know.
When Addison came to visit, it was just Bailey and Zola.
Well, right, she's played by twins, right? Ellis
probably.
Ellis and Bailey both are. Zola is the only one that's not.
It could be a situation where those twins, maybe their parents don't want them on set right now.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. It could be we don't have to have her on set for the story, so we're not going to have them, probably any of the kids.
Yeah.
If they don't have to be there. Really, if they're the kids that are under the age of being able to get vaccinated also.
Probably. Although now, maybe they can.
Well, 5. Is Ellis 5 yet?
Probably. I would think she looks.
Is she 5?
She looks about 5 or 6.
She looks like my little one's age, so I think so.
I can't keep up with.
Bailey's probably 9 or so, right?
Bailey's 9.
He's probably got to be 8 or 9 by now, because Zola's probably 13. I
guess, yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah,
because Bailey was born in season 9.
We're on season 18, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's probably 9, 10.
Yep.
Man. Wow. That's insane. These kids are growing up just as fast as I could know. All right, so I think that's it.
She didn't post anything about it. She posted a happy birthday post for Ellen Pompeo, and then she posted something when Addie was on the show, but she hasn't posted anything recently.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, guys. Well, I think that is it for our recap. Let us know what you think. Give us your thoughts. You can email us at familyfanclub2021@gmail.com. Make sure to find us on Facebook. It's Grey's Anatomy Grey Family Fan Club. And then you can find us on other social medias like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We've recently changed it. It's all under Fandom Family Chats now. So come find us there. We post lots of fun stuff. And that's it. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.